So for those of you who missed tonight's team get together meeting, I wanted to recap because I mentioned in the preview that we're going to be sharing these little Take Five candies, and you're probably wondering what was the Take Five all about. We're actually discussing 5 ways that you can enhance your business. Some ideas that you could just put into practice. Over the course of the next week or the next month or year if you wanted to take your business to the next level. So the meaning behind the Take Five candy bars was that we were going to take 5 brochures and catalogs to talk to 5 people per day for 5 days a week. And we made our little goodie bags and our little baskets to distribute. So either you're sharing the brochure or you're sharing the goodie bag. Inside of your goodie bag, you should have your business card, maybe a coupon, a sampler or two, and I like to put a piece of candy just because people like candy. I like candy. One of the samples that I usually love to put into the goodie bags is a lipstick sample. People just understand the lipstick sample more than the fragrance sample sometimes. So when they get that little goodie bag, they could look in it and see and understand that it's a little sample pack. And then I put my business card usually at the back. So some of the things that we were talking about was how do you use that catalog or that sample pack to connect with people. It's one thing to have in your purse. It's another thing to actually get into the hands of the person that you want to speak with. So I shared 5 ways or 5 steps to getting the contact information from a person. So the first step is a really easy one. It's actually to just smile. Smile at someone, make eye contact. Usually the person will smile back at you. Now, I'm from New York, and you guys say that New Yorkers are mean and angry and all that. So if people can smile at you in New York, those of you who are out of state should have no problem whatsoever. So first, just smile, make eye contact, and if the person makes eye contact with you back, you move on to step 2. If they don't, that's probably not a person you want to be talking to anyway. So step 2 is to compliment the person. Really try and find something genuine about them that you like and that you could have a conversation about. While you're smiling at them, kind of scope them out a little, not in a creepy kind of way, but you smile, you look, you pick something about them that you want to share. It might be that they have really great shoes, a really beautiful piece of jewelry, that their children are so well behaved. Whatever it is, as long as it's genuine, notice something about them so that when you speak to them, you can have something to talk about. So step 3 is to use that thing that you're talking about to develop a conversation. It could be as easy as introducing yourself. Hi, I'm Georgiana. I really like that necklace that you're wearing. It's really beautiful. Compliment them on it. Say how much you like it. Ask them where they get it. You know us women are more than happy to tell you where we got stuff. And then you can use that to segue into your business. How you transition is up to you. It depends on how the conversation is going. Feel the person out. See how they're feeling, what their reaction is to your introduction. And depending on how it goes, you should be able to build a conversation. I found over the years, practice makes perfect. So the more you do it, the more comfortable you are. And if you're comfortable, usually they're comfortable as well. So try to be comfortable. Don't be nervous. You're just having a conversation. Once you find the thing that you like and you compliment them on it, the biggest problem that people have is usually transitioning from, hi, your piece of jewelry is really beautiful, to bringing it back to the business. So you can say something like, that necklace is really nice. Where did you get it from? And then once they tell you, you can say, oh, and as I said before, keep it honest. Don't compliment them on something that's really not nice or something that you really don't like, because here's where it can come back to bite you. Once they tell you where it's from, you can say, oh wow, I really love jewelry. Jewelry is my thing. I really love jewelry. Thank you for sharing with me. I actually started my own Avon business because I love the jewelry so much and I wanted to get a discount on my stuff. Can I share with you an Avon catalog? Or have you seen an Avon catalog recently? Or have you seen the pieces that Avon has in the catalog? Let me get you a brochure. And then, that's a really quick segue. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes you have to build more of a conversation. sometimes you may not be able to make that transition as smoothly. So what I like to do for those kind of rough times is when you don't get to introduce the business, you could say something as simple as, I really enjoyed talking with you, or thank you for sharing with me. Here's my business card. I'd like for us to keep in touch. I'm new in town. I shop here often. Whatever it is. So that's the fourth step, to just get your contact information into their hands. And the fifth step is to set a time and follow up. This part is really important, and it involves you getting their contact information. Sometimes when you give a person your business card, it's a great introduction because you can then ask them for theirs. Or once you give their number, once you give your number, your name and number, they'll be likely to give theirs as well. You can even pull out your cell phone and type their phone number in. You know, say, hey, you know, I want to keep in touch with you. Give me your number. I'll send you a text so we can have each other's numbers, so that you get each other's contact information. The contact information is really important because you want to be able to follow up later on. If you've had this really long conversation, develop a really great relationship, and left the ball in their court, it could be a missed opportunity. Between that conversation that you have, life can happen. They can lose your business card. I'll never forget, I was in Virginia one day and I met a woman who was working for another company who had a product I wanted to buy. She gave me her business card, she gave me a catalog, and that very day I got stuck in a rainstorm. I don't know if it was Virginia or Florida now that I think about it, but I got trapped in a rainstorm. Everything in my bag got soaked and kind of melted together. I couldn't read her number, and I didn't remember her name. I could never find her again. So you want to prevent things like that happening to you. So if you get their contact information and they have yours, you guys can keep in touch. Nowadays with social media, it's a lot easier. You guys can connect on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Instagram. And a lot of times connecting on the social media is even better than exchanging the numbers. People will be more inclined to connect on Twitter or Instagram than they will sometimes be willing to give you their phone number. It also depends on the generation. So like I said, kind of feel it out. So those are our 5 steps for how you can get into a conversation with someone else. Smile, give the person a compliment, start a conversation and introduce yourself, engage in that, exchange the contact information, and set a time to follow up. When you get that contact information, you can then say, depending on what you gave, if you gave them a sample, you can say something like, when's a good time for me to touch base with you? I'd really like to see how you like that product, that sample or whatever. Or, you know, you sometimes just don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're like, I just want to know what you want to buy. You know, you started a conversation, you want to develop that relationship. So those are our 5 steps. Now, some of us, me, are shy people. It's not as easy to always develop this conversation, but you still want to get some practice in. So I have 5 ways that you can, as a shy person, still keep in touch with other people and grow your business. So one thing that we have is the goodie bags. The goodie bags are eye-catching. People see you with them. I like to put them in a basket and walk around with them on my arm. I'll take a picture and post. And people will see you with that and wonder what you're doing. They know you're giving out something because you have a pile of goodie bags. Sometimes people will come up to you and ask, or if you see someone is looking at you and you get that eye contact, you could then build that conversation using the steps we talked about before. Another idea is to tailgate. When you do events and you set up a table or you open up your trunk and you display the products, people will just come to you. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant or expensive. You can have just a sign that says free Avon, or a sign that says Avon samples. You can have the Avon tablecloth. Whatever it is, usually once you put up a display, people will come to you just to find out what you're doing and what you're giving away. The third is to wear a pin. I usually have an Avon pin on my jacket. This shirt is thin, so I didn't want to put holes in it. But I have gotten customers from people who've seen me wearing a pin and come up to me to ask me if I sell Avon. I'll give you 2 instances really quick. One time I was asleep on the train, which I know you're not supposed to do, but hey. And this lady nudged me and woke me up. And her exact words were, "How are you working the business and sleeping. You should be handing out your catalog. Can I have a book? So that was actually really funny. Another time, I just wanted to get the balance on my Metric card. So I went up to a window and I swiped the card. And the woman in the booth, she said, "Do you sell Avon?" And I was like, "Yeah, how do you know?" Because the booth is like, you know, up to here. She couldn't see anything that I had, and I'm trying to figure out how she knew that I sold Avon. I had the pin on. So the pins are great because even when your mindset is not to work your business, other people can see it, and if they want the product, they can come to you. The fourth idea for shy people is to ask for referrals. Your friends and your family, even your current customers, if they love you and they love your service and they want to help you, they'll be more than willing to share your brochures. When I first started, I was way too shy to talk to anybody. I wouldn't even go to the supermarket by myself. But my mom helped me out with that. We would go into the laundromat. I would carry the stack of brochures. She, who was very comfortable talking to strangers, would strike up a conversation and say, "Hey, my daughter sells Avon, can she leave some brochures?" Things like that. So latch on to a person who loves people and ask them to help you with your business. Provide really great service for your customers so they are more than willing to share what service they're getting from you. Always ask for referrals. Even with the people that you meet, if they say that they're not interested in buying or selling, ask them if they could pass on your catalog. And the fifth idea for shy representatives is to toss your brochures. Molly Bibb is really big on the brochure tossing, and she has a multitude of videos out there that will give you instructions on what to put in your packages and what to toss. I'm pretty sure you can find a lot of videos on YouTube. If not, let me know and I'll make and post one for you. But tossing is a great way for shy people because you're not really talking to anybody. Put your brochures in a bag with your recruiting flyer, maybe a business card. Sometimes I'll do a sample, sometimes not. And it's great because you can use old brochures. Put them in a bag, go in your neighborhood and hang them on doors, or toss them in the yard, or hang them on the fence. If you're really shy, like I was, you can go really early in the morning when there's no one out. And then as you get comfortable, go later on in the day so that you might find one person to talk to or two people to talk to. And then you can gradually get into the habit of just talking to people as you go about your day. I'll probably make a video on the tossing because I do have some tips for that as well, and this video has already run a little bit longer than I thought. So those are my take 5 examples. 5 ways to build your business, 5 ways to start a conversation, and 5 ways for shy people to find new customers and recruits. Hope you guys found this helpful. If so, post a comment in the box below, like, share, etc. If you didn't like it and you were looking for more information, ask me. I'll try to help or point you in a direction to someone who can get it. Alright guys, I'm done for the night. It's late. I'm going home. I will talk to you guys later.